Before I traveled through time, I was the empress of the great young dynasty. However, I was merely a figurehead and not favored. It didn't matter, I didn't love Alexander. I loved the concubines in the harem. Coincidentally, the sisters in the harem didn't love Alexander either. We often gathered to play cards, enjoy the palace's delicacies, and complain about Alexander. Occasionally, I would even show off my martial arts skills to them.
Look at this new move I learned.
Impressive, Sophia. Maybe you should challenge Alexander to a duel.
We were all having a meal together, enjoying a delicious dish prepared by a new chef in the palace kitchen. I ate too quickly and choked. As my sisters gathered around to check on me, a bolt of lightning struck my palace. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself in a different era. Fortunately, my sisters had traveled with me. Now, we share one body. We were about to be discharged from the hospital, supposedly because I had a concussion from falling down the stairs.
It's nothing serious. Just call a cab to get back to school.
Just call a cab to get back to school.
During our hospital stay, by reviewing the original owner's memories, my sisters and I had roughly understood this world and what had happened to her. The original owner was named Catherine, an ordinary college student. However, she had an extraordinary face that bore a 99.9% resemblance to Alexander's first love, Grace. To make matters worse, Catherine was an orphan and penniless. To continue her studies, she had no choice but to become Alexander's mistress. Her dorm mates had seen her getting out of luxury cars a few times and spread rumors that she was a gold digger. The news spread like wildfire on campus. Unable to bear the gossip, Catherine became distracted and fell down the stairs. In reality, Catherine had discovered the true culprit behind the rumors. During their confrontation, she was pushed down the stairs. After reviewing Catherine's memories, my sisters and I were ready to take action.
Who do they think we are? We were raised in noble families and could easily outsmart these inexperienced college girls.
Besides, I am a martial artist, I could take them down with a single punch. When I arrived at the dorm, the girls were chatting animatedly. As soon as they saw me, they fell silent.
Oh, look who it is, our school's gold digger, Catherine.
I stood at the door, looking at her calmly. Emily, jealous of Catherine's good grades and looks, spread the rumors and pushed her down the stairs. Sophia, who couldn't stand seeing vile people succeed, took control of the body and rushed forward, giving Emily 2 loud slaps. Emily covered her face with her hands, her eyes filled with disbelief. The other 2 girls, seeing my fierceness, stopped in their tracks, not daring to approach.
You hit me?
Yes, I hit you. Do I need to pick a special day for it?
Emily stepped forward, raising her hand to hit me. At the critical moment, I took control of the body, grabbed Emily, and slapped her again. I am a martial artist, unlike Sophia, who is a noblewoman. With one slap, Emily's face swelled up immediately.
Don't mess with me, or you'll regret it.
My mind was filled with my sisters' voices of admiration.
The Empress is so cool.
The Empress is our role model.
The Empress is mighty.
This is nothing, I haven't even shown my true strength. How can we let anyone bully us?
In the past, as the Empress, I had to hold back. Now, no one could control me, Alexander was long gone. Just as I was about to say more, my stomach growled. Since we shared our senses, my hunger was felt by all of them.
Seems like our Empress is hungry.
I couldn't think of anything else and ran to the cafeteria. Food is the most important thing. After ordering my meal, I swiped my card 0.00. I checked my phone balance 0.00. I was shocked, and so were my sisters. We knew Catherine was poor, but we didn't expect her to be this poor.
Was Alexander really that stingy? Even Alexander was more generous.
As I was complaining, Alexander's call came through. You ask how I knew? The phone's contact name was Alexander. I wanted to refuse out of pride, but my stomach had its own ideas, growling incessantly. I had no choice but to answer.
Hello.
Come to the school gate.
I wanted to say more, but he had already hung up.
Where are we going now?
To eat.
I ran to the school gate. Just as I arrived, a long Rolls-Royce lowered its window. I saw the person in the back seat, dressed in a custom suit, revealing only a noble chin. Without hesitation, I opened the door and got in. A cold, cedar-like scent filled the air. It was quite pleasant. Sitting next to Alexander, I glanced at his well-defined hands, strong arms, sexy Adam's apple, and familiar profile. I was stunned, and so were my sisters.
It's Alexander.
Could it be that even in this world, we can't escape his grasp?
It's no wonder we didn't notice before. The original owner fell down the stairs and remembered everything clearly except for Alexander's face, which was blurry. Otherwise, just by his resemblance to Alexander, I would have cut ties with him long ago. But now, it's too late to regret. I'm already in the car. Maybe my gaze was too intense. Alexander turned his face, his eyes lingering on mine.
You seem a bit different?
I was startled. Did he notice something? Just as I was unsure how to respond, my stomach growled. I smiled awkwardly, but felt relieved inside. Alexander ignored me and instructed the driver.
To Yipinga.
The driver changed the route, and the car fell into silence. My mind, however, was buzzing with activity.
Why is it that jerk Alexander?
It's understandable why Sophia was so angry. She used to be devoted to Alexander but was heartbroken later. Unlike me, who never loved Alexander.
Don't worry, let's see how things go first.
Exactly. It's been 2,000 years. How could Alexander live that long? It's just a resemblance.
With everyone talking, Sophia's emotions stabilized, and my mind quieted down. At Yipinga, the waiter led us to our seats.
What would you like to eat?
Alexander asked considerately. I took the menu and handed over control to Olivia. Before entering the palace, Olivia was a renowned chef known for her excellent cooking. With her ordering, we were sure to have a delightful meal.
Butter rolls, braised eel, stewed silver threads, crispy chicken, braised pork trotters, steamed magnolia slices, braised prawns, sweet and sour ribs, soft fried tenderloin, braised fish, sweet and sour fish, assorted soup platter, glutinous rice, stuffed duck.
Olivia rattled off a list of dishes and closed the menu.
Can you finish all that?
Of course, after all, I'm not the only one in this body.
Hearing this, Alexander was even more shocked.
Are you expecting?
Question mark.
Olivia looked puzzled. Actually, she wasn't wrong. There were indeed several people in this body. Afraid Olivia might slip up, I quickly took control.
I've just had a good appetite lately.
Hearing my explanation, Alexander realized he had misunderstood. He picked up the water glass and took a sip to calm himself. While waiting for the food, Alexander spoke again.
I didn't visit you in the hospital because I was too busy.
I nodded perfunctorily, indicating I understood. With his face, I didn't care to see him. Seeing him would only make me angry.
And also, our relationship ends today.
After saying this, Alexander seemed relieved.
Is your grace coming back?
Yes. But don't worry, I won't treat you unfairly. The villa in Lin Ke'er district and 10 million are yours.
Now that's more like it. I agreed readily. Seeing Alexander's face annoyed me, but I was truly penniless. Without Alexander, I would starve in 3 days. I was worried about how to get rid of him, but he brought it up himself. As for the house and money, only a fool would refuse.
Great, we have money now.
We can invest the money, and it will grow. We can live even better.
I agreed. Seeing the money transferred to my account, I felt even better. When the food arrived, I ate heartily. Alexander tried to pick up his chopsticks several times, but found no space, eventually giving up. After eating, I patted my satisfied belly.
I'll take you home.
No need.
Now that I had money, I didn't need a man to take me anywhere. Although Alexander hadn't done anything since we arrived, the idea of being a stand-in was disgusting. Throughout history, these men always found excuses for their infidelity. So, we nicknamed him Alexander the Dog. Alexander is the emperor, and Alexander is the dog man. Without looking back, I left. Alexander watched my back, his eyes showing a hint of sadness and a trace of emotion. Now that I had money, I didn't want to stay in the dormitory. The villa in Lin Ke'er district was too far. After some thought, I decided to look for a place near the school with my sisters. Emily spent the entire afternoon with an ice pack on her face, glaring at my bed.
Catherine, I'll make you pay.
In the evening, Emily's swelling had subsided a bit. Coincidentally, the arts committee member knocked on the door.
Is anyone in your dorm signing up for next week's talent show?
Emily's eyes lit up with a plan.
Yes, Catherine will perform a solo dance.
Catherine, are you sure?
Of course.
The other 2 roommates chimed in.
Yes, yes.
The arts committee member, not suspecting anything, wrote down the name. I spent the afternoon finding a suitable place, paid the rent, and arranged for cleaning. I would move in tomorrow. When I returned, the dorm was unusually quiet, not like Emily's usual behavior.
Your Majesty, she must be up to something.
Don't worry, we'll deal with whatever comes our way.
The room was filled with chatter as everyone tried to comfort each other.
Everyone's here, so I'm not afraid.
Don't worry, with so many of us, our combined age is older than her great-grandmother. She's just a young girl.
But until the dorm lights went out, Emily didn't say a word. Early the next morning, I called workers to help me move. Staying in that dorm for even 1 more second was unbearable. After moving into the new house, we attended classes, ate, and played every day, living quite comfortably.
This world is wonderful. Girls can openly go to school.
Yes, if I could stay here, I could always do business without anyone gossiping.
I can continue practicing martial arts. I can always be a chef.
Everyone chimed in.
That's great.
After she spoke, everyone fell into a rare silence. Sophia was the daughter of a minor official. The emperor fell in love with her at first sight during a disguised visit. After entering the palace, she discovered his fickleness.
What's the big deal? This world is just like ours 2,000 years later. We got a sneak peek.
Yes.
If it weren't for that lightning, we'd still be in the deep palace.
Yes, I'm content.
Everyone's spirits lifted again.
By the way, should we go to the library and check the history books for our endings?
When we first arrived, we tried searching on our phones, but strangely, we always got access errors. Evelyn's suggestion sparked new interest.
Let's go to the library and check.
However, as we browsed through the library shelves, we couldn't find any history of the Daeong dynasty.
Could it be that this isn't 2,000 years after Daeong?
We fell silent.
Maybe it really is.
I thought we could see our endings, but it was all for nothing.
It doesn't matter. This means our future can be changed. After all, the future is unknown.
Seeing everyone's low spirits, I tried to comfort them. Just as I was about to say more, my phone rang. It was the counselor. Without thinking, I quickly walked out of the library. In my haste, I bumped into someone.
Sorry.
I apologized repeatedly.
It's okay.
I looked up, but the person had already turned away. I only saw a superior back of the head. I answered the call.
Hello, teacher, what's up?
Not far away, the boy who had walked a few steps stopped, turned to look at me, then glanced down at the book in his hand. The title Secret History of the Daeong Dynasty caught his eye. He then walked into the library.
Catherine, didn't you sign up for the solo dance in the school's talent show? Why aren't you here yet? There are only 3 acts before yours.
What? Talent show?
Everyone else was too. When did this happen? We had no memory of it.
Yes, you missed all the rehearsals. Emily asked for leave on your behalf, saying you were confident. What's going on?
The counselor was puzzled. I couldn't figure it out at first, but hearing Emily's name made everything clear. It was obviously her doing. No wonder she was so quiet back then.
I'm on my way, teacher.
What should we do?
What's there to fear? I'm still here. Did you forget what I used to do?
Once the top dancer of the Daeong dynasty, her dances were mesmerizing. Such a talent naturally caught the emperor's eye and brought her into the palace. Everyone calmed down instantly. Right, with the dance goddess here, we're safe. When I rushed to the backstage, I saw Emily, who looked smug at my arrival.
Oh, the star is here. I thought you'd be too scared to show up.
I ignored her, took my costume, and went to the dressing room to change. It was a light purple exotic outfit, with large embroidered flowers at the neckline, revealing delicate collarbones and smooth shoulders. I left the rest to Madeline. After all, professional matters should be handled by professionals. Madeline took control of my body, calmly applying makeup.
Some people think looking pretty will help, but they don't know where to hide their face later.
Emily's trick was indeed nasty. The original owner was an orphan, struggling with basic needs, let alone any talents. If it weren't for us, the original owner would have faced a terrible outcome.
Some people's mouths are like toilets, spewing filth whenever they speak.
Emily's face turned green with anger, while Madeline continued applying makeup. Seeing that the main person involved was silent, others, realizing there was no drama to watch, went back to their own tasks. As they left the school gate, Olivia turned to me with innocent curiosity.
Where are we going now?
I sighed, feeling the weight of the day.
To eat.
Sprinting to the school gate, a long Rolls-Royce awaited. Its window lowered, revealing a noble chin in a custom suit. Without hesitation, I entered. The car's interior was filled with a cold, cedar-like scent. Sitting beside Alexander, I noticed his well-defined hands, strong arms, and familiar profile. My sisters and I were stunned. It was none other than Alexander. Could it be that even in this world, I couldn't escape his grasp? The room fell silent, filled with the presence of ladies from prominent families. Unlike me, they were naturally more reserved.
If you don't want to go, we won't.
No, I want to go.
One by one, Madeline, Evelyn, Isabella, Olivia, and Sophia chimed in.
Although we don't know what brought us here or when we'll return, I don't want any regrets.
Me neither. Here, I can freely showcase my dance instead of being locked away.
I just want to be a female doctor, to heal and save people. Though being a star is different, it's still an attempt.
I want to do business, become the top merchant. Being a star can also earn a lot.
I just want to be a chef, doing what I love. Maybe being a star can showcase my skills. I used to want a soulmate, but now I want to live for myself.
Each of them boldly expressed their innermost wishes. As the Empress of Daeong, I just wanted to be a general, to protect the country.
All right, let's cherish this opportunity and venture into the entertainment industry together.
All right.
We agreed to participate in a variety show called Peach Blossom Spring, set in a remote mountain area.
No problem preparing a meal for everyone?
Of course not. We have Olivia.
I handed over control of my body to Olivia.
Can you do it?
Of course. Don't underestimate me, the top chef of Daeong.
With the ingredients prepared by the show crew, it was relatively easy to make a sumptuous meal. Soon, a large table of delicious dishes was ready. The live audience's comments came flooding in.
Wow, it looks so delicious. The young lady is amazing. I want to marry the young lady.
The guests returned, drawn by the aroma.
It seems we have a new guest. It smells so good, I'm starving.
They followed the scent back into the house.
You're the little fairy from the internet.
Hello everyone, I'm Catherine, a guest for this episode. Please take care of me. All these dishes are prepared by me for everyone. I hope you like them.
You're too kind.
I was confident in Olivia's cooking skills. Sure enough, everyone couldn't stop eating.
Catherine's cooking is too delicious. We can't let her cook anymore or I'll become a big fat person.
Wow, I said it was delicious, see, everyone agrees. I want to eat the food made by the young lady.
In a moment, #Catherine, food hashtag trended on social media. Meanwhile, Alexander drove to pick up Grace, his first love and childhood friend, returned from the UK.
What's wrong? Don't you miss me?
Of course.
Where do you want to eat?
Grace opened her phone and saw the trending topic.
Wow, look, this girl looks a lot like me.
Grace handed the phone to Alexander, showing Catherine focused on cooking.
Sorry, I have some things to do. You go eat by yourself.
All right.
Alexander drove away, leaving his assistant and Grace by the roadside. Back at the office, he opened his computer and clicked into the live stream. After the meal, the show crew had us play games to earn money for dinner. While others racked their brains, I answered effortlessly.
Impressive.
Comments were filled with admiration. With the top talent of Daeong here, it was hard not to win. Evelyn smiled, enjoying the sincere compliments. The school bell had just rung, and Olivia, filled with curiosity, approached.
Where are we going now?
I sighed.
To eat.
I sprinted towards the school gate, and just as I arrived, a long Rolls-Royce lowered its window. Inside, I saw a figure in a custom suit, revealing only a noble chin. Without hesitation, I opened the door and got in. A cold, cedar-like scent filled the air. It was quite pleasant. Sitting next to Alexander, I couldn't help but notice his well-defined hands, strong arms, sexy Adam's apple, and familiar profile. I was stunned, and so were my sisters. It was none other than Alexander. Could it be that even in this world, I couldn't escape his grasp? Jessica finally understood. Her childhood friend, despite his own struggles, refused to admit what he had done.
I never thought you could be like this. We're done.
With that, she left without looking back. Such determination, no hesitation. I admired her for it. The latest episode of Peach Blossom Spring aired and became an instant hit. I stayed on the trending list for 3 days, and an unexpected visitor came to see me. When I opened the door, I was shocked.
Unusual circumstances always have a reason. Be careful.
Come in.
Sarah had just sat down and grabbed my hand.
My poor daughter.
I was stunned. It turned out that Sarah and John had twin daughters, but the elder one was taken from the hospital. They had been searching for years without success and had almost given up hope. They never expected to find me.
It's fate.
John's eyes were red.
Sister, I finally have a sister.
The 3 of us hugged tightly. Olivia's eyes welled up.
I miss my parents. I've been in the palace for so long and haven't seen them once.
Madeline, who had no parents, couldn't help but comfort Olivia despite her own sadness.
Don't worry, when we return, we'll find a way for you to see your parents.
Yes, don't cry.
The sisters comforted each other. I was taken back to the Lin family, and Sarah and John threw a grand welcome party for me. I now had loving parents and an adorable sister. Life suddenly became perfect. More and more scripts from the entertainment industry came my way, but I turned them all down. I had a feeling that I would be leaving soon. On graduation day, my parents and sister came. We took happy photos together. Emily couldn't stand my smooth sailing and tried to push me down the stairs out of spite. But I wasn't the original owner. With my quick reflexes, I dodged perfectly. Emily, however, lost her balance and fell down the stairs, ending up in a long-term coma. Her parents tried to blame me, but I showed them the surveillance footage, and they left with their tails between their legs. Justice was served, and we had avenged the original owner. As for Alexander, I heard he recently faced a major investment failure and is now desperately seeking investors. I visited the library again. For some reason, I felt there was something important there. But after a thorough search, we found nothing. Even my usually sharp intuition failed me, leaving me disappointed.
Don't worry, Your Majesty. We've had quite an adventure, and why we came here isn't that important.
We were about to leave when I caught sight of a book on the table, and my heart leaped with joy.
The Secret History of the Daeong Dynasty. We finally found it.
The sisters were all astonished. I opened the book, but the original text began to disappear before our eyes.
How can this be?
I flipped through the pages, but the entire book had turned blank.
We haven't seen anything yet.
No, it's not all for nothing.
I closed the book and pointed to the cover.
Catherine's name is printed on it.
Could this book have been written by Catherine?
It all makes sense now. Why we couldn't find any records of the Daeong dynasty. We are characters in a story.
Then why did the words disappear?
I had a hunch but didn't have time to explain before I felt dizzy and lost consciousness. Footsteps approached, and a young man picked up the book from the floor, placed it on the table, and resignedly carried Catherine away. The wind blew through the open window, rustling the pages of the book. Mysteriously, lines of black text began to appear on the blank pages. When I woke up, I saw familiar surroundings. Disappointment flashed in my eyes. It was all just a dream. A maid tried to help me up, but I refused. I saw myself in the bronze mirror, with a bandage on my forehead.
Your Majesty, Fengwu Palace was struck by lightning. You and the other ladies were injured and have been unconscious for 3 days.
As she spoke, Madeline, Anna, Evelyn, Olivia, and Sophia arrived. With one look, I knew I hadn't been dreaming. I had indeed traveled 1,000 years into the future with the other concubines. I quickly dismissed the maids, and my sisters were tearful.
So nostalgic. We won't have such freedom anymore.
I heard that the lightning strike was seen as a sign of the emperor's misconduct, and now the ministers are offering sacrifices at the altar.
Serves him right.
Only Sophia remained silent. After chatting for a while, the sisters went to recuperate. Sophia alone lingered. "What's wrong?" I asked softly.
I'm expecting," Sophia said, touching her belly with a trembling voice. "The doctor treated me and told me. It's been 3 months. I gave him money to keep quiet. I haven't told anyone, only you, Your Majesty."
This child came at a bad time, just when she had lost faith in love. "Do you want to keep it?" I asked.
Sophia shook her head. "I don't know. This is my second child. I can't bear to part with it, but I also don't want to have his child."
I sighed deeply. What if that person was no longer around? Sophia was startled, and I said no more. In the palace, everyone was clever. When the emperor came to see me, I told him the good news.
Really? The emperor's face couldn't hide his joy.
Alexander had no children so far, and now, with the ministers accusing him of misconduct, this child was crucial. Seeing him unable to sit still, I offered, "Your Majesty, go see Sophia."
In that case, I'll go first.
The emperor hurriedly left. Watching his back, my expression darkened. Be happy while you can, for your days of joy are numbered. 7 months later, Sophia gave birth to a son, and the emperor was overjoyed, naming him Sichuan. At the prince's full moon banquet, the emperor suddenly passed away. I ascended the throne with the young prince, ruling from behind the curtain. Sophia was promoted to empress dowager, and the other concubines were released from the palace and given new marriages. As they left, Olivia held my hand.
"Thank you, Your Majesty."
Isabella gave me a deep look and bid us farewell. I saw off Olivia, Anna, Madeline, and Evelyn. "Your Majesty, I wish to take a position in the palace, perhaps as a governess." "I have no family and nowhere to go," Madeline expressed her wish. "Granted." "Your Majesty, I wish to be a historian in the palace." "Though I have family, they probably wouldn't want me to return," Evelyn also spoke, with a hint of sorrow in her voice. I patted her hand. "You will write the history of Daong. Make sure to speak well of me."
Thank you, Your Majesty.
"Anna, what about you?" I turned to ask.
I want to leave the palace, travel, and practice medicine.
I nodded, a noble ambition. "But you are a woman, alone. I would worry." I handed her my waist token. "This is my family's private guard. A team at your command to protect you."
Thank you, Your Majesty, Anna said, about to bow deeply.
I quickly stopped her. No need for formalities between us. Once they left, the palace felt empty. I had no time for sadness, as the weight of the nation still rested on my shoulders. But I often gazed into the distance, lost in thought.
Sister, Sophia came holding the young emperor's hand. I will always be with you.
I held Sophia's hand. Our unique experiences had forged a bond among us women. A glance, a gesture, and we understood each other's hearts. Then let's work together to make Daeong stronger, so that all women can achieve their aspirations. Sophia nodded firmly. The history books recorded, Empress Dowager Shinda ruled from behind the curtain for 16 years, established female officials, quelled external threats, and single-handedly elevated the status of women, practicing frugality and high moral standards. People praised, reviving the fallen nation, continuing the legacy.